Hello, all my chickadees! Welcome back to my nest. Today we're going to be checking out a boys' love game by the name of Unholy Confessions. This game came out for the Yaoi Game Jam of 2024, so it literally just dropped a few days ago. So there shouldn't be that many spoilers out and about, I don't think. So we're just going to dive on in and check it out. I am not sure how many endings there are or how long it is, so we're just going to figure that out together. All right. First impression. This is like, it kind of makes me think of a demonic seal or something, with all the like blood dripping down of it, but it's cool. It's cool. I like the way it is like a little circle here, but start. Since when is my love considered a sin? Why does being love have nothing to do with being a saint? How I put my soul through hell only to make you mine. At the times when people think they can play with the devil, they end up meeting God sooner than they expected. AKA they think they want to play with the devil and they end up dying, right? Wishing to be worthy of your love, I dedicate my life to desperately running after you. Oh, wait, are we a priest? Or is this somebody talking to us? I don't know yet, but we have a little shrine set up here. Humble yourself before me, the greatest hand of God, his beloved son and holy warrior. Do not resist my wish upon you. Lay down your heart, soul, and blood, thus shall respect God's orders. Sinful creatures follow my and only my voice. I am summoning you by the power of the secret knowledge gifted from my only true God. Humble yourself before me. Before his eyes showed a mystical bloody portal connecting two worlds that should never meet. The light was so intense that he needed to cover his eyes, his fast heartbeat accompanied by the prayer words of incantations. Oh, hello! Oh, he's so cute! Oh, look at it! Oh man, they covered up his legs, but did you see his legs? Oh, okay, I like his outfit. We got some belly button action. We see a nip here. Oh, wow. Ooh, I love these half gloves. Oh, and he's got little like ram horns and pointed ears. Oh, I love him. He looks like very surprised. Citri. Oh, great warrior. What am I supposed to do now? What chances do I, a demonic prince, have against a weak, simple mortal soul? He was playing, okay. Do you wish to die prematurely, naive priest? Don't you want to test how my body tastes while it's still warm? Are you okay, dude? I thought that your type of demon preferred to have a different sort of body count than dead victims. Oh? It had been a typical night for me. I was between lovers at the moment, so I was on the hunt. Oh, so we're the demon, okay. There was a few I could spot, nervous fellows lingering in the doorways, expecting to be caught in an instant for their transgressions. An easy meal. I had been letting one such man buy me drinks all night. When the time was right, I got up, knowing that after a prudent amount of time he would follow me to the nearby alley where I would set the trap. But as I waited, having already scared away the other occupants who had a similar idea that I had, I felt a strange tingling as if my body was not flesh and bone but energy. My vision briefly went white. When it cleared, I was somewhere new. Yeah, we got summoned. Summoned away from our prey. Yeah, I would be a little mad too. He was like putting in all the thought, like waiting for his prey to come out, and no, he'd just get whisked away to a new location. It had been so long since I'd been summoned. I nearly forgot what it felt like. I suppose, as far as summoning goes, my captor could be worse. Normally, those kinds are summoned by either bloated by greed or shriveled by desperation. At least this man is handsome, and not a fool. The summoning circle is well made, so few priests have the power and conviction to make one. But he is human, and humans are easily manipulated. It'd be a simple matter to escape. The circle was for summoning, not binding, a common mistake humans make so often. But the idea of taking a priest, in a church no less, was too tempting to decline. He was powerful, and even risked his immortal soul just to lay with me. I would drain him dry and bask in the euphoria of sin. Oh, he looks like a little crazed right there. Alright. Are you sure you can handle me, dear priest? I assure you, I have quite the appetite. Then by all means, feast. I hold out my hand and the priest kisses it like he's taking communion. I want to know how the priest got to this point. Did he just figure what the hell, literally, or like did he just think this was a fun idea? He kisses up my wrist, undoing my cufflinks to get to bare skin. Darling, you don't have to be so careful with me. I'm not a virgin on my wedding night. And I'm not a brute fucking the stable boy. Let me cherish this moment. I'm more likely to fall asleep at this pace. Fine, have it your way. I wouldn't want less than your full attention. His hands are electric, sparking with more than sex, but with power, with worship. Is this what it feels like to be prayed to? Perhaps heaven isn't as dull as I always assumed. But good things come to an end. Some part of me wants to keep him, as I sometimes do with the other lovers, to savor his passion over the next few months like a fine wine, until he has nothing left to give. But while it's a thrill to play with fire, I'm acutely aware of the consequences of getting burned. As my climax hits, I feed. But something's wrong. The rush of energy feels wrong. It's cold. There's too much, and the priest is whispering in my ear. I can't move. I can scarcely breathe. My body falls forward, boneless, onto the priest's waiting arms. He holds me gently, his voice as soft as a lullaby, though I can't make out the words as everything disappears into black. What happened? Did the priest set something up? Huh. How did that go wrong? Because it sounds like Citri is like experienced in this, so what went wrong? What did the priest do? Breath upon my face was my only source of warmth, while my body shook from the cold. My eyes were too heavy to lift them, but this bitter cold reminded me of the cold stone church walls that I saw just a few seconds ago. Oh, we're in behind a jail cell now. Did you have a bad dream, my dear? Let me take those worries from your pretty head. Ah, what are you playing at, Jester Man? Jester Man? I had no idea that a clergyman would play the fool, as he was horny just a while ago. Is celibacy proving too difficult for you? My Citri, do not fool yourself. Isn't being a clergy about loving everyone? Except for me. I am quite an egoist in the category of love. For the first time, a kernel of fear shivers down my spine. He knows my name, and that's a dangerous power to have. Where the hell am I? I can sense his eyes going through me, looking inside my brain and soul, looking for any secrets to be uncovered. Ooh, save. Get angry. Play along. Let's get angry. How the fuck do you know my name? Who do you think you are, priest? Those incantations and summonings were quite spectacular. I'll give you credit for that. But do you really think this funny little cage will hold a demon like me? Oh, well, I thought you would have better manners than this. You are a demon prince, aren't you? Who in hell taught you to act like that? Very ungrateful after all this effort I made. With whom do I really have the pleasure of speaking with? You seem far too experienced than the usual priest, even though that is the only name for you I know. A name is a dangerous concept for those who know how to use it. Magic becomes more powerful with a name, letting you set traps for the name's owner. I spent my life preparing for your visit. Getting your name was a big part of my plan. Without it, I would stand no chance with you. Have you ever heard of the holy names? You could call me Aslam, though I'm not sure the Father of Peace fits me correctly. I really do despise riddles. And this cage? Look at that smirk. He knows exactly what he did. So he was working for a long time to prepare for capturing Citri. And it looks like we're down in a dungeon now. Because, like, knowing, like, a demon's name is very powerful. You have power over them once you know their name. In a lot of, like, lore and stuff. It amuses me less and less the longer we speak. It's my home not to your liking. I took a lot of care into choosing furnishings that would be comfortable and pleasing to the eye. After all, they had to be worthy of you. Alas, despite your best effort, I don't share your taste for iron bars. I put a hand up experimentally, and as expected, I feel an electric curtain of spiritual power run through me. It's only a static shock at the moment, but I can feel it growing in power the longer I linger. Careful. He takes my hand, holding it gently through the bars and giving a small burn a kiss. He electrified the bars. That's a lot of attention if you think about it. Look, he doesn't even have electricity down here, and he found a way to have electricity running through the bars to keep this demon in, because look, these are freaking torches right here. The hurt is smoothed with the touch, fading to merely a memory. The cage is a necessary evil. It's only temporary, I assure you. Once I'm convinced you of my sincerity, we can travel the world if it pleases you. I set a protective barrier around this room, which will stifle your powers. Stifle your powers. Do not trouble your pretty head about escaping or hurting me. My magic is far stronger than your powers now, Citri. The condensation raises my hackles. I'm not some pretty pet to be appeased. If your goal is to please me, you're off to a dismal beginning. I didn't seem to have so much trouble earlier when you were in my arms. His words bring back memories and an unfamiliar feeling. Shame. Embarrassment. I've had countless lovers, some better than others, but I never regretted any of them before. The feeling is novel. I never imagined I'd be able to feel anything new at my age. That was before I knew of your fondness for pain and bondage. Not, revealing such tastes before coupling is bad etiquette, says the demon. Yes, I'm aware, but my goal isn't simply to bed you, my dear. I know very well it is a feat countless have achieved before me, yet none have managed to hold your attention. If I had allowed it, you had been gone already. These accusations are at least familiar territory. Ah, so this is a divine punishment for this lowly whore. I suppose I merely led these innocent men astray with demonic wiles. Not particularly creative, and I must correct you. I didn't make those men do anything. They took what they wanted, and I took from them in turn. When they failed to interest me, I left. Nothing you say is going to make me feel guilty. That is more the area of your religion, sweet priest. You misunderstand. Those men were unworthy of your attention. I don't condemn you. I celebrate you. Everyone hides behind a mask in this world, fearing that society will condemn them for being who they truly are. But through all that artifice, you remain true. You don't hide who you are. You remain unrestrained and pure. I'm not expecting the fervor of his words or the way the priest looks at me. Not sexual, but reverent. I'm used to being wanted, but never being worshipped. At least not like this. For the first time, I wonder if I'm in over my head. And you take this pure, unrestrained being and lock him in a cage. Surely you see the irony here. Of course I do. It pains me to see you locked up. Not as much as it pains me, I assure you. yeah, we don't like being locked up, okay? I think it kind of upsets us a little more than it upsets you, buddy. Is he like obsessed with Citri or something? Because he's looking at him with reverence, and he's like, the other people that we were with weren't worthy of us. How does he know this particular demon, though? Has he seen Citri in the past? Because Citri doesn't recognize him. Did he see him, like, maybe when he was summoned somewhere or something? And then he's like, oh, that's my demon. That is precisely why I must redouble my efforts to woo you. He steps back and picks up a small platter from a little table. 2 wine glasses rests on the plate. He steps forward again. I wonder how he's going to maneuver one of those glasses into my cage. But to my surprise, he presses a hand to the keyhole on the door and it opens. I'm not a fool to take my chances now. Even as the priest struggles to balance opening the door without spilling the wine, I can feel that he's on high alert and humming with power. One wrong move and I'll be pushed back. Instead, I carefully observe the mechanisms of the door. The bars are nothing. It's the wards they're enchanted with that are the problem. If I can't find any weaknesses, I may need to wait for the priest to drop his guard. Now, can I tempt you with a drink? Alright, we're being mean this route. Drink the wine, knock it out of his hand. My hand shoots out, sweeping the platter. The wine splashes onto the floor in an explosion of reddened glass. Pathetic. You think you're the first man to try and buy me with wine and gifts? You speak of wooing, but what you want is ownership. I will not play along. I assure you, my intentions are pure. Okay, proceed to doubt. I don't wish to own you, I wish to treasure you. I've heard such words before from other men just like you. There are no other men like me. On the contrary, there will always be men like you. The priest steps forward, backing me into the wall. Rather than feeling afraid, I merely laugh. Are you going to hit me now and prove my point? You may talk of love and devotion, but the second something doesn't go your way, you turn to violence. So predictable. It's boring. The priest raised a hand, and I braced myself for the blow, but instead he gently cups my cheek. No, of course not. To hurt you would be to mar a perfect piece of art. You have every reason to doubt me, but I would show you how much I love you if you would allow me. It would be unwise to allow the priest to have me again, especially after what happened the last time. But I've never been accused of being wise, and I can't deny the hunger within me. I've never been accused of being wise. Oh no. I need to feed, and the priest knows it. All right. But don't flatter yourself that this means anything. You're just a meal to me. To be even that is such an honor. Even though my cage is golden, it feels too lonely for me. What a disappointment that I can't touch you with my full power, as my hands explore every inch of your warmed up body. Is this tepid lovemaking truly enough for you? If you allow me to feed, truly feed, I could send you to a greater heaven than any you have ever prayed to. Oh, he's turning it on. This he's turning it on. He's trying his best here. Fresh memories of our bodies becoming one with another are still spinning in my head. So passionate, yet so wild. My feelings are starting to feel like an unknown music, which no one should ever listen to. My dear and only love, what are you doing to me? I would not forgive myself if I would disappoint you in any way. However, how could I lower my guard and risk losing my perfect chance with you? Hunger is becoming more and more unforgiving. I need to taste him. Let this life energy fill my body independently of what I must do. I told you already, I'm not scared of getting rough. If you continue ravishing me with your eyes, I cannot control myself. You made it. You caught me. Now use me as you please. Sweet energy starts filling my mouth and spilling into my own whole body. You said use me. He is. He's quieting you down for a minute or two. From almost closed eyelids, I can see his shaking body and dreamy face. I completely drifted off from the pleasure of tasting him on my tongue. The scent of time, since the time was gone and only our desperately shorter breaths were cutting through the silence. It was not a surprise that in the end the priest was exhausted laying next to the bars of my cage. Oh God, with you I can sense the glimpse of heaven. Is this an illusion, or were you more greedy this time? I can barely feel my body. Greedy? I'm just starting to warm myself up. Your lust, passion, energy, all this was rotting and wasting away in these cold walls. Beware yourself, my master. My appetite knows no bounds. The priest closed his eyes and fell asleep. You left the door open? Cool. But yeah, isn't the ward still up though? Being greedy and manipulative are my best traits. Thank you for noticing that. Quiet snoring from the priest's mouth ensured that I played my part extremely well. As I thought, it gave me some time to sort my plan out. Adrenaline is rushing through my blood while I choose my options and observe the priest. There's no point in trying to kill him. He assured me multiple times about his powers. What's more, I will never have freedom if I kill him, and I'm stuck here forever. My smile faded away when I noticed something eye-catching. From the pocket of my kidnapper, I glimpsed the corner of a small notebook. I could tell it was old, not in good condition. What would he note there? Maybe his chores inside the church? Suddenly, my heart dropped down. What if I could find a clue about escaping from this sick situation? Although I'm risking him waking up noticing my actions. We have no option here. Do not open notebook. I have no clue about what more this man is capable of. It's not worth risking if the only information is him taking care of a dusty church. Oh, my mind finally stopped spinning. Go back. Oh, my mind stopped spinning finally. God, why did you gift me with such a weak head? My dear love, forgive me for such a lack of manners. I hope you're not regretting where our passion led us again. Passion and manners have nothing in common. However, I feel like I've known you my whole life, and at the same time I know nothing. Does not feel fair or safe. You want me to feel safe here, right, my master? I have a feeling that you're coming back to that silly concept of a name. My previous suggestion not to your liking? Cyrus, perhaps? It's better if you let me be the hero of your story. I have no need of a hero. I'm not looking to be saved, least of all by some so-called savior who locks someone up and calls it love. But I do love you. You love my body, maybe, but you don't know me. I know more than you think, but I concede your point. Won't you tell me more about yourself? I want to know everything. I wonder if we can't open the notebook because of the previous choices we made. Probably. So, now he's like wanting us to discuss our past. So, we're being a jerk this route. Refuse to share. Oh, you'd like to know everything. And who would you like me to be? I've been a mysterious stranger looking for fun with much money and a little sense. I've also been a sweet, naive orphan down on his luck and looking for someone to take care of him. Or perhaps you're looking for a harlot with a heart of gold who will accept you with open arms and open legs. I've been all those people and more. Which do you want? I'm not interested in some role you're playing. I only want you. The real you. You can't have that. Is there even a real me to find? Or am I just a mirror of desire? I reflect whoever happens to be looking. I don't believe that. I will find who you are beneath the facade. Believe what you like. I'm hardly in a position to stop you. And what about you, my dear priest? What's your story? How does a man of the cloth come to worship a demon with the same religious fervor? Is that so strange? Perhaps I am your Abbon, an angel of the abyss, but still finding something holy in that darkness. He's having fun tossing out like names that have meanings to them to try to like trip us up. Watch his name be like Bill or Fred. I think you're avoiding the question. No, I welcome any curiosity towards me. Did you know this is not our first meeting? So he has met him before. I suspected as much. Forgive me if I don't recall. I've met a ton of people. Oh, but I'm not talking about an encounter at a pub or a party. This was a fair bit more exciting. I was just a child at the time, so I wouldn't expect you to recognize me. Oh, so when he said this was a lifetime worth of waiting, planning to meet him, he meant it. So he met him as a kid, and then he was just like, you know what? I want that boy. I want that demon. I'm going to work to get him back. Oh, is that so? Tell me more. My parents were a member of a rather religious sect. Coming from your lips, they must have been extreme indeed. The type to sacrifice dogs and cats to make blood rituals and the like. Frankly, I don't know what your humans think we're going to do with all of them. There may have been some sacrificial offerings, yes. Though, to be clear, those offerings were made in the name of the Lord, who I imagine have even less use for the poor, helpless animals. Oh my god. Okay. So, you're from a cult, right? You're from a cult. So, I'm not too happy with you guys sacrificing animals, okay? I also recall a fair bit of chanting in dark cloaks. Yep, it's a cult. Most people there were merely members for the spectacle. They enjoyed having a dark little secret to sustain them through their mundane little lives. My parents, though, they were true believers. They thought they were warriors of God, spreading justice in his name. Sacrifices escalated from dogs and cats to anyone they felt deserved God's judgment. The homeless, immigrants, drunks, ladies of the evening, perceived purveyors of sin. Oh, dang. They really parsing it pretty far. They sound lovely. Not at all. They were hypocrites. Even as a child, I understood that. They were merely enacting their own prejudice in God's name. And as their son, I was also expected to fit that image. I'm afraid I was often found lacking and brought in for judgment. The priest rolled up his sleeves. I've become well acquainted with his body by now, but I wasn't paying enough attention to truly note his scars. They were distinct, purposeful. On his wrist is the shape of a cross, an obvious brand. There are other marks, circles suggesting the mark of a fire poker, others of old cuts of varying sizes. Oh, so his parents branded him and injured him. Oh, goodness. I would suspect the injuries to be self-inflicted, but more than a few would have been impossible for him to achieve by his own hand. Someone wanted to make this man bleed. Is showing me your old wounds a tactic to garner sympathy from me? As a matter of fact, it is. Is my method working? Hardly. Don't forget, I was born in hell. The depravity of humanity is familiar to me. The truth is, seeing the evidence of such torture bothers me more than it should. Oh, so it actually does really bother Citri, and he's like still being like, oh no, this is fine. This doesn't bother me at all. I've seen horrors before, of course, but those are mostly anonymous victims. This felt more personal. That's all right. I don't regret my past. In fact, I'm grateful for my parents. If it wasn't for them, I never would have met you. I mentioned they were getting bolder in their worship, correct? Well, one night, they decided that they would summon and sacrifice a demon in the name of God. And they did manage to gather the knowledge to summon a demon, but not sure how to do it well. With that detail, I realize I do remember this occasion. Summoning doesn't happen often, but when they do occur, the event typically goes in a number of ways. The human is shocked that the circle succeeded. Then, when that initial surprise wears off, they either run away immediately or they make a request, usually in some variation of sex, money, and power. These people were different. They weren't afraid, and they didn't ask anything of me. Instead, one of the humans pulled a knife. But there was one fatal flaw in the summoning circle, namely, that all it did was summon the target, not bind them. It was all over fairly quickly after that. Ho, so his parents and their cult summoned Citri, but they didn't include a binding in the summoning, so he ended them all, didn't he? That night, my parents brought me to witness their triumph. My mother had hid me in a cupboard, only small effort she ever made to protect me. I first saw you through a crack in the door, standing in the light of the circle. My parents were no match. You ripped them apart like paper until you were bathed in their blood. You were the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Had there been a child there that day? Yes. I do remember hearing someone else's breathing in the shadow of a small figure. I have no interest in hurting children. They're too weak to be entertaining, so I just let it go. After you were done, you walked towards my hiding place, and I was sure I was next. I wasn't afraid. I was anticipating. Then, like a dream, you were gone in a puff of smoke. But I knew I had to see you again, even if it took the rest of my life to make that happen. A warm wave of excitement shakes my body. Did he dedicate all his life just to me? Even if there was no slightest possibility of seeing me again, he did not hesitate to sacrifice his future only to catch a glimpse of me again. My priest, my master, you have gone to all of this effort for a demon who brutally killed all of your family. Don't you understand that? No matter how cruel they were, I still left you alone in a world that is unkind to the vulnerable. How could you assure me about your never-ending love while I have their blood on my hands? No, 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 no. You still don't understand? I did everything to see you again. Why can't you simply appreciate my efforts? Why do you have to be so ungrateful? I forgive you already. I forgave you a long time ago. If you had to kill my family to meet me, I don't mind. They were a scourge upon this earth, and you were the righteous flame that cleansed the ground. I do not need any of them if I could have you in my life. Citri, let me love you. Let me show you how happy you can be with me. You understand? You will never be happy without me. I can give you everything you ever ask. I can't let you go without you understanding that finally. Did you ever wonder how I've been feeling this whole time? How bad it hurts me to keep you locked away just to show you my love? I can't let it go. Let you go. I have to keep you. No matter at what cost. I need you. Please, accept me already. You're gonna stay here with me. Forever. Until you love me back. Yes? I must be patient with you. You just need time to love me. One day, you'll accept your fate and never let me be alone again. You killed my family. I spent years in a cold orphanage because of you. Take fucking responsibility for that. The only thing that kept me alive all these years is knowing I could be with you again someday. What is happening? Okay, why did you become a priest? Is my question. Is he really a priest or is he pretending to be a priest? Because clearly he wasn't having holy thoughts. he was like seeing this demon that actually got rid of his family that weren't the best people and clearly probably injured him as well. Whether with some of them could have been self-inflicted, like the wounds on him, but others are probably from his parents. So did he see Citri as like his savior? And he's like, oh my gosh, I have to be with this demon. He did end up in an orphanage, though. But his evil family got taken care of. And Citri's over here like, what? What is happening? It feels like the air is thinning with every second. I can't breathe. I listen to all his words, but they go further than just my ears. They're in my head, my heart, and somewhere outside of me or even this world. What are those feelings again? They're crushing me inside. Is this hate? Empathy? Or maybe even love? Okay, we're doing all the worst ones first. He's insane. Why is he setting himself up as a victim now? I did not have a choice back then. Even if I'm merely a demon, I could not allow his family to kill me. Did he expect me to adopt and raise him as well? He is the one who locked me up here and practiced dark magic. I have nothing to do with that. Are you insane? I am a demon myself. I have never had any positive feelings against humans. All of you exist simply for my entertainment. And you? You were stupid enough to keep me here with your delusions about love. Wake up, pathetic mortal. You never deserved love in the first place. You disappointed me very badly, Citri. I thought you were much smarter than this. Do you still have any hope you will get out of here? As I said, I will never ruin the perfect chance I have. You will learn to love me eventually. He humiliated me for the last time. I will take my honor back and make sure he will regret all the disrespect he has shown me. We will see if he can still scream how much he loves me as I'm breaking his body apart. I wish you could call me David so I could be your beloved. The weight of the priest's sad gaze gets under my skin. Part of me wants to take him into my arms, into my skin. I recognize the cloying feeling of addiction, and it makes me angrier. How dare he believe that he could own me? I don't claim to know much about love, but it can't grow in a cage. I hate you. It saddens me to hear that, but at least hate is a passionate emotion. It comes from the heart. Hate me all you like, sweet Citri. You will love me all the more later. He kisses me then, and it's not a gentle thing. The force of it overwhelms me, as does his power. It's too much sensation, too much sparking within me. My skin feels static, and I'm cold. I'm so cold. I lose strength in my limbs and fall forward onto the priest's waiting arms. I don't lose consciousness this time, but the humiliation burns as the priest carries my lifeless body to the bed and tucks me in like a child. I know you're angry with me, and I don't blame you, but it's necessary. I do truly love you. I know you don't understand that yet, but you will. He leans down and kisses me on the forehead. I have admittedly been spoiling you. Perhaps some time apart will give you the chance to miss me and see how good I've been to you. I muster enough energy to spit directly into his face, but infuriatingly, he just smiles, wiping it away carefully with his handkerchief. I treasure everything you give me, my love. Now rest for now. I'll see you again soon. I hear his footsteps and the click of the lock behind him. I am left alone in the darkness. I lose track of time. There is nothing here to occupy my thoughts. No entertainment to be found. I become ravenously hungry. My hunger makes me angry. I set fire to the carpet, destroy the furniture, and throw decorations at the wall. But the priest doesn't come. Soon there's nothing else to break. All it accomplished was to deplete my energy. All that's left to do is sleep. I can't do it. I can't be alone like this. I spent most of my life crowded by humans. Some of them were arrogant, others sweet and naive. Sometimes they were extremely jealous or freezing cold. However, I've never met someone like him. He is feeling my thoughts, even if I try to forget his face. Despite my efforts, I have no doubt I will remember him for the rest of my life. It feels like fate. Destiny. Our meeting had to take place like it was planned with the highest fragility. Our relationship is far from innocent. His holy hands are pushing us to sin, to fulfill our bodies with the darkest of passions. Are you awake, my treasure? I was worried about you. Oh my gosh. He's just starving us in here so we don't have any energy. Is he hoping we'll end up with like Stockholm Syndrome? I wondered if my love is crushing you from the inside already. Rotting. I have fresh fruits for you, as well as water. Take it, my dear. You will feel better. My body feels hopeless, but his voice is commanding me, ordering with the point of no return. I step unsteadily to the barriers, taking a glass of water from his warm hands. Just now I realize how thirsty I am. I can see your delicious lips are getting their color back. I'm happy to see you feeling better. Of course, since you're the one who made me feel dizzy. Take accountability for that. I will do that. Citri, why don't you finally understand? I am more than happy to do anything for you. Except let us go, of course. Of course. everything you could ever ask and wish. You will never be as happy as I can make you. Can you accept my egoist love? Alright. Bum bum bum. We're gonna be stubborn to the end. No, I wanna leave. Even through my weakness, I laugh in the priest's face. How obvious his tactics are. He knows that being a being such as I, the cruelest thing he can do is leave me alone to starve. How easy it is for one so weak to latch on to the one person providing shelter in such a desert. I would rather waste away to nothing than accept his twisted oasis. How dare you spit all these words as happiness or love when you are the one who is empty? You are a forgotten orphan with no love in your life. How dare you promise me something you know nothing about? But my past does not matter. I rejected everything for you. Look at me right now. How am I desperate for your love? I just want to be with you forever. I cannot lose you from my hands. Your pathetic desperation is making you look helpless and weak. I despise you through my bones. It is not a show of love and passion. It's just your sick imagination and obsession. I am disappointed now. You made me regret all this, even if I did this for you to be happy. But in the end, you had to be an ungrateful whore. Well, alright. I see your real thoughts are coming through now. Unfortunately, our time is coming to an end. I gave you much time to appreciate and understand me. I hope you understand that my feelings and intentions are pure, even if my actions do not show that. I'm sorry, my love. I need to ask you something. It is simple, I swear, though I know your answer will be carefully considered. It is crucial for our life together. Tell me, what is my name? It is a test, a key to his power. I would show I know him, body and soul, and tip the scale of power back in my favor. Would I use such a power to destroy the priest or absolve him? The choice would be mine at last if I could just find the name. I know it. Of course I know it. He told me before multiple times. His name is... He went through all of those names. He went through all of those names, okay? He was like, you can call me this, you can call me that. Oh my god. And his parents seem crazy enough to have named him anything. Well, wasn't David meaning like beloved? Oh, he told us the meaning of all this. I'm gonna go with Cyrus. It is simple indeed, my master Cyrus. Oh, I can see your true feelings now. Your face is telling it all. I've given you everything, my heart, body, and soul. But in truth, you really are a filthy whore. The words sting like they never have before. I never thought anyone would have the power to hurt me. Ha. So I failed to meet your exact expectations, and I become the harlot who tricked you. You really are just like everyone else. The priest flinches at my words, eyes widening as if he only just realized the poison that came from his mouth. No, forgive me, I was overtaken by passion. I didn't mean to say such cruel words. We can fix things. I can make you love me. It's too late for that. We've seen each other's true colors, and we can't go back now. Yeah, well, yeah, once the words are out in the world, you can't bring them back. You don't wish for love, but control, and I would sooner die than become your pet. I throw myself at the enchanted prison bars. The priest grabs me and tries to pull me away, but I hold on until there's nothing more he can do. Until the holy flame sears into my very being. Why would you do this? We could have had a life together. Please, I love you. I love you. No. When you were very small, you saw an image and fell in love with that, not me. We would only disappoint each other in the end. Please, don't leave me. No, it's better this way. I'll always be perfect in your dreams. Your mournful devotion will keep you miserable, and me alive forever. What more could I possibly ask for? And it's true, the passing is bliss. I feel no pain, even as the holy fire courses through me. Perhaps we'll be reborn, start over. Maybe I'll find him once more, in whatever form he takes, and we can play this game again and again and again. I smile as I fade away. Whoo! Alrighty, we we died. I take it that that's a bad ending. Alrighty then. Well, I gotta give Citri credit. He found an out. Um, like, would he have really just left Citri there to like starve though? Help. Oh, that's just telling you the controls. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. Let's play along. Egoist? I wouldn't describe you as such. After all, you're very generous with my pleasure. It almost felt like you were afraid to leave me until I was satisfied. Though this cage, have others been here, indulging in this little fantasy of yours? Lonely walls are built only for your voice echoing my name over and over. With whom do I really have the pleasure of speaking with? You seem far more experienced than the usual priest, even though that is the only name for you I know. Okay, we know that. Wait, let's go back. What does that still mean? Okay, that one means father of peace. Okay, wait, back up. I really do despise riddles, and this cage, it amuses me less and less the longer we speak. Is my home not to your liking? It took a lot of care into choosing the furnishings that would be comfortable and pleasing to the eye. After all, they had to be worthy of you. Alas, despite your best effort, I don't share your taste for iron bars. Okay, we... Careful! Okay, we've seen this. My magic is far stronger than your powers now, Citri. The condensation raises my hackles. I'm not some pretty pet to be appeased. If your goal is to please me, you're off to a dismal beginning. I didn't seem to have much trouble earlier when you were in my arms. Okay, we have seen this. Yeah, I know I can press the skip button, but I was just trying to make sure it hasn't changed. Okay, but let's skip. Drink the wine. I'm already in the priest's power for now, so there's no point in him drugging me. If I'm to be in a cage, I might as well enjoy the amenities. Far be it for me to pass up temptation. The wine is sweet on my tongue, fitting my taste so perfectly I feel disturbed. How long has this man been watching me? Shall we toast? To what, pray tell? To us, of course. To our fated meeting. And our life... I'm sorry, the voices are sounding a lot alike now. Well... To us, of course. To our fated meeting and our life together that is laid out before us. I'll drink, but remember, I haven't agreed to anything. I'm not the type to settle down. I'll convince you. Other men have tried. I'm not like other men. I'll be the judge of that. We clink our glasses together, and I drain the rest of my wine. I suspect, in at least one area, I'm superior to other men. I would love to show you again if you allow me. Are you saying you have better equipment than the other men? Oh. It would be unwise to allow the priest to have me again, especially after what happened the last time. But I was never accused of being wise. Okay. Okay, we have seen this. Can we look at the book this time? No! Why can we still not open it? I have no clue about what this man is capable of. It is not worth risking if the only information is him taking care of the dusty church. Ah. Dang it. Let's discuss past this time. This may surprise you, but it's not very interesting. First of all, there was hell. I was born in that fire, and for a very long time I had no voice or form. I fashioned myself after a prince of hell and took his name. I'm surprised to hear that. Your beauty suits that of a ruler. Foolish priest. If I had legions of hell at my command, would I be here? No, I merely liked the name, so I took it. The original should cede his name to you. I'm sure he can hardly compare. You say that because you never met him. Be careful of your words. He has more power than you or I put together. Thankfully, he's not the jealous sort. No demon would be fool enough to mistake us. So, my use of his name hardly matters to him. I know which of you that I prefer. You made that quite clear. You may continue to interrupt me with the compliments if you like, or I could finish my story. Please go on. I worked my way up through the ranks of hell. I soon discovered I had a talent for seduction, among other things. Asmodeus, demon of lust, eventually noticed, and I gained enough status to become one of the human world. To come to the human world. Tell me, how long have you been in this world? I honestly don't know. A very, very long time, I think. It's easy to lose track. Once I came here, I began my work brokering deals and collecting souls for Asmodeus. How I do so is up to my discretion. Yes, I've observed some of these collections. He had a front row seat, if actually. I watched you bring the rich and powerful to their knees. I was a bit jealous, to be honest. There's no need for jealousy, my dear. A priest, especially one with actual power, is a rare treat. Your arrogance also appeals to me. It's the prideful ones that are the most fun to devour. I'd break you down slowly until you're quivering at my feet. If that's your goal, you merely have to ask. My body and soul are yours to take. You and I both know that's not true. Either I break you or you break me. We'll see who wins in the end. And what about you, my dear priest? What's your story? Perhaps I am your Abaddon, an angel of the abyss, but still finding something holy in that darkness. Okay. Okay, so we've seen this. He did all this for me. Okay, yeah, we're going that way. This is gonna be a pretty long video, guys. But we're gonna get it. At least two different endings, I think. It is so obvious that he came a long way to see me again. Even after all I did for him. To him. How could I not have noticed this before? All this effort and sacrifice was only for my happiness. Will you forgive me, my priest? Asking for forgiveness could be too much even now, but perhaps we could start again. I know how you feel. I too was alone all my life, surrounded by touch and words filled with love, but they were mere lies. Letting anyone in only caused me pain, so I turned love into a game that I could hide behind. However, maybe you could teach me how it feels to be loved. I can't forgive you if I don't have a reason to be angry. You could never make me mad or sad. Well, you did start calling him some bad words earlier in the other playthrough, so I think we can make you mad. All my actions and emotions are dictated by my honest love. Even if I scream or hurt you, it's only for your own good. Really? Right. This unknown feeling was crushing me inside. I thought it was anger or fear, but now I'm aware it is love. I'm sorry, I did not know how to handle it. I thought love was sweet and pure, but now I also see it has its dark sides. Sometimes love pushes us to do unforgivable things, which we can still overcome if we are together. This love feels breathtaking and stops the heartbeat. I wish you could call me David so I could be your beloved. My beloved? Many men have believed they loved me and tried to capture my heart in return, but they only saw a mask I was wearing, a reflection of what they wanted to see. I've lived that way so long, sometimes I'm not even sure who I really am. But this man first saw me when I wasn't playing a part. He saw me in the midst of blood and violence, and claimed to love me when I was stripped to my basic foundation. I'm so glad you're beginning to understand. Alas, as much as I loathe to leave you, I have business I must attend to in the church. Are there people who actually use you as a prince and confessor? Indeed, the irony isn't lost on me. Did he become a priest just so he could gain I guess holy powers or whatever, so then he could find us? Is my question. But it's what I know and keeps me in house and home. The priest gives me a long, lingering kiss, and I feel a shock of power running through me, the pleasure of it nearly curling my toes. But the kiss is merely a distraction, for before I can recover, the priest has slipped through the door and closed it behind him. Clever boy. I hear the click of the lock set in place. It feels like a betrayal, even though I had no reason to expect him to do otherwise. Is this really necessary? You know it is. You have not yet promised to stay with me. Don't fret, my love. Once I'm assured of your loyalty, we can go wherever you wish. I will deny you nothing. I'm bothered by his words, but that is overpowered by the priest's reverent tone, and his power still sparkling within me. I can feel his obsession, his worship, and it's intoxicating. I want to take it under my skin and feed off of it forever. I could drown in the priest's eyes. I've seen addiction before, but I never imagined I would feel its effects. Was this the man's plan all along? To lure me in with sex and sweet words until I felt like I couldn't live without either? Is that what love really is? I lose track of time. Okay. Are you awake, my treasure? I was worried about you. Okay. I have fresh fruits for you as well as water. Okay. Okay, can you accept my love? Yes, I want to stay. This man has done everything to break me down. I can see the threads of his machinations, but I find I'm not immune to them. I missed him in his absence, missed his wit, his devious mind, and the heat of his touch. My dear priest, how am I able to love you? I'm a demon myself. I've never felt such a pathetic weak feelings. Perhaps if you could teach me, show me how to love you, maybe it's something worth trying. My Citri, yes. Being loved is not the most beautiful, heartbreaking feel. Is being loved not the most beautiful, heartbreaking feeling? It's almost an obsession that eats your whole soul. Haven't you ever felt the need to sacrifice everything? No one ever made me such an effort for me. Spent so much of their lifetime and energy only to satisfy my greedy feelings. Can you do that, my priest? Can you show me how to love you? Our love will not be different from pain or despair. I will make you happy, I swear. Unfortunately, our time's coming to an end. Okay. Would I use such a power to destroy the priest or resolve him? Choice would be mine if I could just find the name. Okay. Okay. David. Simple indeed, my master David. Dude, really? Okay, so David's... It doesn't matter. David's not the one. Ah. Didn't I try Cirrus last time? David means beloved. Absalom? Really? It's not this one either? Dang it. Okay, load. Abaddon? Oh, okay, it's Abaddon. Okay, back. It is simple indeed, my master, Abaddon. You told me already that you're an angel of the abyss, my destruction. Yes, that's right. You did not disappoint me this time. I'm proud of you. I knew you would learn to love me finally. To be loved is to be known. Of course I love you. You've hardly given me a choice in the matter. Then choose now. Will you stay with me? I will. This may be a cage, but at least now it'll be one of our own making. I expect you to spend the rest of your life making this captivity up to me. Nothing would make me happier. We kiss. He's under my skin, pulling me under. And how lovely it is to drown. Alright. I think those are the two different endings. I honestly don't know. There might be more endings. But, that seems like the only two endings. If you guys can, check it out for yourself. I'm going to have a link down below if you guys want to try to see if there's a different ending. And, alright. Also, you can go and check out the game and give the devs some love. This was a long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think they're going to go enjoy their time together, too. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.